So not perfected. I first had Thai curry chicken, or just Thai curry in general. 2009, I want to say. At this place in Chicago. Fancy ass place. I went to with some of my coworkers. And I could not find a place that did it like they did it in the suburbs. So, I learned how to make my own. Hey Snook. Hey Kara, after all. And this isn't super authentic. I do add things like peanut butter and lime juice. Lime juice apparently doesn't go in Thai curry. I like the flavor. Uncle Roger did a nice video on how to make it more authentic, and so I've updated the recipe a little bit. Specifically in the beginning, you want to boil the coconut milk until it separates from like the fat from the other parts of the liquid. That makes it way better. But you can make this vegan really easily. Let's see. The things that you would need to substitute to make this vegan would be the fish sauce. And obviously you would use, you wouldn't use meat. And it depends on the curry paste. Yep, hi Yama. It depends on the curry paste whether or not it's vegan. I think this brand is vegan. The green curry paste at least. Let's see. Green chili, Chinese key, garlic, lemongrass, galangal, shallots, salt, soybean oil, water, pickled yellow chili. Oh no, there's shrimp paste in this. Coriander seed, kaffir lime peel, turmeric, cumin, white pepper, MSG. But there are, I don't know if I have all mine are May Ploy brand. I really like that brand. But there are, I have gotten a Thai curry paste that is vegan before. And I haven't noticed a decline in flavor. So, this one's not vegan, unfortunately. And that's about it. You just need to get a vegan fish sauce and a vegan curry paste. Everything else that you add to it is pretty much whatever you want. In regards to like veggies and whatever kind of mock meat you want to use. It's sort of like, I feel like it seems like it's really fancy. But honestly, it's very much like sort of Hamburger Helper for Thai people. Like, it's a really simple sort of stew-like recipe that always comes out really rich and delicious. Every time someone says shallots, scallops, or scallions, I have to remember how to keep them separate. Shallots I didn't even realize were like a type of onion until recently, and I think they're really good. I have a couple of them in the fridge right now. They're like tiny onions. I was gonna use them for this, but I've got a regular onion and these work. I prefer to fry these up for fried rice. I'll make Uncle Roger's fried rice in a day or two, because I will have some leftover rice when I make a bunch here. I have like a 40-pound bag of Calrose rice, so jasmine rice works well for this. I prefer a medium grain rice, so I use Calrose rice. But it doesn't really matter what you use for this. As long as it's not like, I mean, basmati wouldn't be bad, but it wouldn't be the greatest. I like my rice to be a little bit sticky and not fall apart when you dip it in the curry. But this doesn't taste like it's vegan, or it doesn't taste like it's not got any dairy ingredients, because you're gonna want to use unsweetened coconut milk. So I'm gonna make a double batch. I don't know how hot these Thai chilies are, but since they were called Thai peppers, I'm not going to press my luck too much. Now, what I've read about the difference between like red curry and green curry, I think green curry is supposed to be a little bit spicier. Panang curry is a bit more mild and sweet. So like there's a lot of different curry pastes you can use. But I feel like super spicy. So I'm gonna use the green curry. They have different flavors, but not super. I think that this red is a little bit sweeter. So, and yeah, it all depends. My garlic is growing. Hopefully, I've got a couple pieces that are not. But yeah. This is meal prep for. I've got a bunch of. They're soaking right now. They're full of soapy water. But I basically am gonna make a bunch of my own TV dinners. So this is like a weekly meal prep. So I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna do a double recipe. This is probably. Garlic's still good. Garlic lasts a while. Oh, there's a little. It's sprouted garlic. But it's not gone bad. I think you can eat the shoots. Can't grow anything else, but I can grow garlic. I suck at growing shit though. I always make a huge mess whenever I cook. What the fuck? I hate everyone that lives around me. I'm sorry. Someone's literally just revving their engine just because. At least they're not shooting off a firework, though I probably spoke too soon, and they probably will in a minute. Just gonna use, like, also, a lot of this is, like, sort of to taste and eyeballing it. I'll post the recipe, though, when I'm done. I think I usually use like half a can of that chili, of that curry paste. And you can make your own curry paste, but that's just a pain in the ass. And the whole point is to have a relatively easy, quick meal to make. Like, I remember when I used to cook a lot more, I would just come home from work and just start making this without even looking at the recipe and just make a whole shit ton of it. But yeah, the first step is going to be to saute garlic. What else? Let me go check real quick. You want to saute everything in the pan. The first part is to saute garlic, coconut milk, and chili paste in the pan on medium-high heat. So let's just get this minced really quick. Texture changes a little when it sprouts. You can use pre-minced garlic, but it's always better when you mince it yourself. I wonder if I could just pull this out. garlicky as fuck. I don't think I have enough Tupperwares to make a triple recipe. Should maybe find. I want to put on regular music, but then part of my screen will end up being muted. This ambient music I found is gonna put me to sleep. This is a really nice comfort food. This was my comfort food for a long time. I used to have a lot more fresh ingredients on me when I had guinea pigs. I would have green pepper, not so much jalapeno, they can't eat that. You want to crush it. Get all the aromatic oils out. Doggos cannot eat. Oh goodness, there's a lot of people here. Oh, thanks for the raid, Docky. Doggos can't eat garlic. Yeah, we're making some Thai curry. I'm gonna make green curry today. So yeah, let's see. I think I'll put some logon ma. It might complicate things. Let's see, coconut milk, garlic, and curry paste first. Just put a little bit of vegetable oil. Get that sauteed out first. I'm just gonna get everything chopped up right now. This is my favorite part. I should do the Thai basil for last. So you want to get, like, you can use any kind of basil for this, but if you can get your hands on some Thai basil, that's going to be the best. Also, if you go to like a regular white person grocery store, you're gonna have like Italian basil, and there's gonna be like 5 leaves, and it's gonna cost like $4. This whole thing, this whole bunch was $2.29, and I will use the whole thing. I fucking love basil. Fresh cut basil is possibly one of my most favorite smells. But okay. I'm scared. I don't know if I should even try using this stuff. This is a Thai pepper. This is gonna fuck my mouth, isn't it? Should I try it? Should I bite it? I'll try it. The tiniest little sliver I will eat. Ooh! Ah! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Oh! That's fucking hot! Oh my god, I need milk. It's not that bad. For that little amount, holy crap. Oh, I ate a sliver of this to see how hot it was. Because these are called Thai peppers. And I just know that Thai food in general fucks you in the mouth. So I think I'm gonna... I might like dehydrate these and make pepper flakes or something, but I'm not adding these to this. Yeah, I ate the chili. So I'm just gonna cut a jalapeno up. Like, this is $1 for all these really nice jalapenos. They're like perfect. I'm only gonna need to use one. I should make like stuffed peppers. These might be really hot though. Let's see how hot these are. Sometimes a jalapeno is super hot. Sometimes it's sort of mild. This tastes almost like a green pepper. It also depends on the Thai curry paste. Some of the curry pastes are really spicy as well. There's a bit of a zing to this. Nothing like that little dude. So yeah, don't pick your nose or rub your eyes after touching this shit. That worked about as well as I imagined. It's not just the seeds that are the spicy part of the pepper. It's also the inner lining of the pepper, so getting rid of the seeds, I guess it helps a little bit, but not too much. I want to use everything I bought though. They just have so many nice veggies, and I love chopping veggies. I should get some cream cheese and make cream cheese jalapeno poppers. worked with a dude who couldn't deal with spicy food, and he insisted that bell peppers were spicy. Insisted. I feel like he might not have known that not every pepper that is green looks like, I don't know. I don't know what his problem was. Should I cut it in here? Yeah. Half an onion. I like onion. Fun fact, this onion skin is 1 cell thick. You a lot of times you'll look at it in an introductory biology lab because of that. Because once you peel this shit off, this is 1 cell thick. And you can actually look really up close and see them all packed together. It's really neat. So not these separate pieces are 1 cell thick, but the stuff that lines it. It smells good. Onions because they chop themselves. Bell pooper, hey soup. I should have started. The first thing that you want to do before anything else is make your fucking rice. So I've got my rice cooker. If you love rice and you don't own a rice cooker, get one. I have this cheap $30 Aroma rice cooker, and it's served me well. But don't eat anything. Most of these things you shouldn't be eating. No, it's a big bag of rice. It's not for you. What you wagging your tail for, huh? You want some rice? No, you can actually stick your snooter in. Please, I want to sniff your snoot. Careful. Please. Ow. Ow. It's not time for your snack yet. Ooh, that's a lot of rice. I forget how many pounds this bag is. So this is a medium grain. This is Calrose rice. Oh, fuck. I like it a lot. I'm a nice cooker. Thank you. Alright. So, how many cups of rice? I'm just gonna make a shit ton. That way I can make fried rice too. I'll make 4 cups of rice dry. Looks like about this dry. Now, what you want to do before anything else, Maze, I'm not talking to you, snooter. It's too early for eat, not yet. Oh, I dumped water over. So, wash your rice. Wash your fucking rice. Wash it. You gotta wash it. Don't just put water in here and then hit on. You need to wash your rice. And washing your rice means putting a shit ton of water in it, swirling it around, and then dumping the water out. And, yeah, wash it until the water runs clear. Or as clear as it possibly can get. Otherwise, you're gonna have really sticky rice. It's all the starchiness. So yes, please wash your rice. That's what I'm gonna be doing now. I'm washing my rice. That's way clearer than it started. It was just solid white when I started. There's a way to tell how much water you need using your knuckles. And I think you put your knuckle in like this, and then you measure where it stops, like, so it stops halfway up here, so then the water needs to go up halfway past this other knuckle. So put your finger in the rice, measure where it stops halfway up this knuckle. So just move up one knuckle, and that's where the water should go. I'm just going to measure it out to be safe as well. It's almost always the same though. And a lot of recipes will tell you, like, they'll tell you to, like, put butter or oil. I don't know what they're on about. I have no idea what they're on about. Like basmati rice might have oil in it and stuff, but I'm gonna make golden rice. So I'm cooking rice. Hi, Ricey. I'm making Thai curry. Alright, let's see. Where is it? I didn't throw it out, did I? I'm gonna add some of this to my rice. Make it more savory. Better than bouillon chicken. It's rice for me, so I might as well make it nice, you know. This makes, when you make fried rice with this later, it's really good too. That's why I'm making extra, by the way, so I can make fried rice. Rice is here to see rice being cooked. Yeah, if Uncle Roger taught me anything, he taught me that you need to use leftover rice. Because freshly cooked rice is going to be too wet and not fall apart and fry very well. So you want it to be day-old rice. You want it to be leftover rice. Usually using your leftovers from the restaurant, but also just make your own and put it in the fridge overnight. But yeah, rice cookers are such a good tool. It's such a good investment. It's not even like, I don't even have a fancy expensive one. It has a steam button, it has a white rice button, and it has a brown rice button. And I hit the white rice button. So now I gotta peel my ginger, and apparently the best way to peel ginger is to use a spoon. Oh. Well, you look at that, it works. Like super well. sure if ginger actually goes in here. It might be galangal that you want to use, which is not close at all. They look alike. They're not. I'm not a big fan of ginger. What were you streaming, Docky? You doing a garlic bone? Yeah, there's fancy rice cookers that are basically made to keep your rice warm all day so your family can just get rice as needed for every single meal. They're like $400. I wish that I lived in a house that ate rice with every meal though. It's so good. The shit out of this. It's really fibrous. Chunks of ginger. Like chopping veggies. I should look into prep cook jobs. The problem is that prep cooks have to come in before the restaurant opens, so it's always a morning job. And the mornings in like restaurants that generally only get like lively and busy at dinner time are like, it feels wrong. Also, I would like 100% catch COVID. One more mince. Alright, that's good. Is it true? I've had a good rice cooker and it's better than instant rice is bad. Instant rice is horrible. If anything, I will... Oh, Instapot. If anything, I get like this shit. The pre-cooked rice if I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to make a whole pot. Is it true if you rub garlic on the bottom of your feet or boof it? Or whatever vagina boofing is called, you'll taste it? I don't know about that. I know that there is a compound that a lot of science teachers used to use in, like, as an example of how fat soluble stuff works, where if you put it on your finger, you'll start to taste garlic. I forget what that is, though. I don't know about actual garlic, though. Have you tried it? I have not boofed garlic. I think you do have taste buds in your ass or something. I don't know. You have now. But there is a chemical out there that if you taste it, or if you put it on your hands, because it's fat soluble, it teaches you how fat soluble can just go right through your lipid membranes of your cells. I forget what it is. It's like something you can easily get too. I swear I read something about, like, maybe not tasting with your ass, but you do digest with your ass, so I don't know. It sounds familiar. If any of y'all can Google, like, fat-soluble stuff, science class, garlic flavor. But I'm not making shit up. They don't do it anymore because I don't think it's particularly safe. There's my can opener. Or maybe not safe, but they just don't want to risk doing anything that might hurt or, like, endanger the lives or, like, fuck with the medications or shit that kids are taking. I love coconut milk. Like, holy fucking shit, coconut milk is so good. Also, wash your can openers. That's a big thing. So many people will just use their can opener and you get a bunch of, like, coconut milk shit stuck to this and just throw it back in the drawer, and then you have, like, sedimentary layers of all the cans you've opened before just sitting there rotting in your drawer. Please at least rinse your can openers when you're done. Maybe it's just the foul bachelor frogs that I've met in my lifetime. Fresh ginger smells good. I'll just throw this bitch in the fridge. I don't think it really needs. Whatever. Huh? What about my hands? What'd I do? Let's see. What do I need out of here? Nothing yet. I'm gonna pull this apart. I wish you could smell this. The smell of fresh Thai basil or any basil. Ah, it's the best smell. Maisie's not a big fan of basil. Just gonna pull all the leaves off. Leave them all whole. This might take a little while. So the basil you want to put in last so that it doesn't lose too much of its flavor and it just wilts a little bit. So I'm going to keep it separate. But I'm going to make I'm going to get as much of it as I can. But yeah, if you go to like a regular grocery store, not an Asian grocer, you're going to get like ripped off with basil so badly. It'll cost like $4 and you'll get like a handful of leaves, and it'll be Italian basil. Sometimes they'll have Thai basil as like a specialty food, but it'll still be like way too little. I don't measure the basil that I use because the more the better in my opinion. I just fucking love it. If you could smell this, it's the best fucking smell. Should get some music on. I used to slice up the basil, but I like just the whole ass leaves. Also, the Thai basil leaves aren't quite as big. But yeah, this whole bunch cost me $2. It's not wilted. Doesn't look the greatest. Throw those out. Oh, you have a tiny garden? I used to grow a bunch of basil on my balcony. In Oklahoma, I had a south-facing balcony, so I had tomatoes and I had basil. And my guinea pigs ate well. Basil's super easy to grow. If I can grow it, anyone can grow it. I don't know about Thai basil. When I worked at Badlands, I made curry, and one person had basil growing in their backyard, and I have no idea how, but it had like the least flavor of any basil I've ever tried. Maybe there was like nutrients poor, the soil was too nutrient poor, I don't know. But like, you couldn't put enough basil in the curry. It just didn't taste like it had much in it at all. What time is it? Maisie is home. Oh, it's 10:43. I had guinea pigs. Yep. If you go to my YouTube channel, my Zora578 channel, there's a video of me feeding Maisie and one of my guinea pigs basil, and Maisie does not like basil. We're actually gonna visit a house tomorrow that has a bunny to see a room for rent. Maisie has no prey drive or predator drive. She doesn't go after small critters, which would have been a huge deal breaker because I had guinea pigs and I kept them in a big pen that didn't have that had an open top, and it was right next to the couch. So like I grew up with a Welsh Terrier, and terriers are like cats of the dog world. They want to eat. They were literally bred to just be let loose on farms and eat all the rats. So I didn't think that I would ever have a dog that wouldn't give a shit about small animals and not want to eat them. And that would have been a huge deal breaker with her for me. But she didn't notice they were there, and she could have just walked into the cage from the couch. She never did. I would take naps with my guinea pig and her in the bed. She would sniff his butt, and he would nip her on the nose, and she would get all taken aback and move to the other side. He bossed her around. Smell that. It smells so good. Here, let me go to my computer real quick. My Chihuahua Terrier mix hunts flies. She does hunt flies. She loves hunting flies. I don't think she realizes they're living things. One time we were out when I worked at Badlands, there were so many mosquitoes at night, and and I was sitting there for a night talk at one of their gazebos, and you just heard her mouth just snapping because she was just biting all of the mosquitoes around her. But I don't think she realizes they're living things. She won't go after balls. She won't play fetch. She's never done that. She doesn't catch. She won't chase after things. You can find her at the dog park really easily by throwing a ball and seeing the one dog that doesn't run after it is her. She's funny. Hey Snooter, you hungry? You want to eat? You hungry? Alright, let's get you some pellets. The funny thing about Maisie and small animals is that the one thing she was interested in eating was their hay. She would eat their dry food before she ate her own dry food. Let me go get the video. I'll link it in chat. Snooter. We'll go in a little bit, okay? Yeah, that was pumpkin. So I guess I'm gonna use the whole thing. I should chop up the chicken. I always avoid the chicken because I hate touching raw chicken. Don't look at the expiration date because I've had this frozen for a little while. When is, yeah, it's February. This was in my freezer until a couple days ago. Let me get all the other wet ingredients first. So for one recipe of, now all of this is approximate. So you do want to do these to taste. Fish sauce adds a lot of salt. So I do 1 tablespoon per of fish sauce per recipe, and then if it needs more salt, just add more. It doesn't need refrigerating. Okay. Let's see. What else? I know peanut butter isn't authentic. I like it. I think it adds a little bit of a nice creamy flavor to it. I'm not a big peanut butter fan, so I've always got some on hand because I never eat it. I only like peanut butter with chocolate. It's alright. It just gets everywhere. Okay, it's good. And I keep it in the fridge even though you don't have to. And it lasts even longer. And then I use brown sugar. My brown sugar is hard as a rock. So it's actually more like fucking rock sugar. But 1.5 tablespoons packed really well. So I'd say this is about 3 for the double recipe. There's still some molasses quality to it. And if you need it to be sweeter, just add more. Okay, so this is all approximate. MSG. I'll add that later. Good girl, you chewing your bone? That white rice is taking its time. Okay, let's see. I don't know, should I add this? If you cook your chilies longer, I think that the heat goes off a little bit. So let me just add a little bit of this to the garlic when I saute it. about hot peppers. Birds can't taste, capsaicin doesn't affect birds. The spicy stuff in hot peppers. Hot peppers are specifically made to be ingested by birds and then distributed by their seeds. They can't, they're not affected at all by spicy things. Fun biology facts while you cook. So yeah. Alright. So medium-high heat. You can use a wok or you can use a saucepan. I love bamboo shoots. No. I'm also oh, there's water on the underside. I'm also very white. So when I saw that they had bamboo shoots in the fresh section, but they were like called sour bamboo shoots, I was hesitant that they were different than the ones I get in the can. If you know anything about that, let me know. Because they had sour bamboo in like spicy oil or something. And I love bamboo. I think mushrooms might overpower it a little bit. I think if you maybe got patty straw mushrooms, those might work really well. Don't think I'll add the whole can. There's like no flavor. They're usually really sour when you do eat them though. Like, you see how little I put of that Thai pepper in here? It's probably going to make the whole thing double spicy. You never tried bamboo before? I usually just get the little Dynasty things. They're like maybe this big. This is a huge can of them. So you want to start by sauteing the garlic. Come on. There we go. Use a couple tablespoons of the Thai chili paste, or the Thai curry paste, sorry. Like, if you get the stuff from the regular American grocery store, it's gonna lack a lot more flavor than like the stuff that I have here. I think I would use half of one for one recipe, so I'm just going to use all of it for a double. The worst that'll happen is it tastes too good. Now, if you make this too salty, I'm burning my garlic. I'm really frying it. Let me take it off the heat real quick. Toasted garlic. And then just a little bit of the coconut milk. And you want to cook this until it starts to separate out a little bit between like the oils and the other stuff. So don't use all the coconut milk at first. No, it's not high enough. I didn't burn my garlic, so that's good. But it's probably going to have a nice toasted flavor to it. Like, they actually sort of deep fried themselves. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. There's a lot of salt in there. In the curry paste itself. Now I like mine really thick, so I don't add any chicken broth or anything like that. But sometimes, like, if you want to thin it out a little bit, you can add some chicken broth. I wish I had cooking scissors. I had a pair where I used to live. Like the ones that you can actually just chop meat up with. And let's get this simmering. But yeah, a regular saucepan will work for this, like one that you would non-stick, or even a cast iron skillet if it's deep enough. I bought this wok. It's not super wok. It's a flat bottom. It's an approximation of a wok, but I bought it to try out making fried rice. And I ended up getting fried rice that tasted really similar to the stuff that we used to eat with our family meals at the sushi place I used to work at. I'm not even touching that with my hands. there's a secret to getting the oil separated in the coconut milk a little bit, and it's literally just adding in some oil of your own, some separate oil to like onto. But from what I remember watching the Uncle Roger stuff, is that you want to cook it until it starts to separate, sort of looking like not curdled milk, but so you get little pools of oil on the top. It happens much more readily if you use fresh coconut milk, but I think you can get it from canned coconut milk if you just saute it a bit at first. I know I've done it because I didn't even try to do it one time, and I have a really nice picture of curry I made that was all separated out. See, I'm cheating. I added some oil. Is Thai curry sweet at all? It's sweet and salty. It's really savory. So I add brown sugar, peanut butter, and fish sauce. And fish sauce is really salty and the brown sugar is really sweet. It's a really complex flavor. So it's sweet and it's salty. And the coconut milk is just really rich and delicious. It's a really hearty, like, stew almost. I don't think I need to be stirring it that much, but I like to do this. Hey, Kinyama. Yeah, I think the red curry is a little bit sweeter than the green curry. Oh, there, it's starting to separate. I'm gonna need to stop in a second just to take Maisie out, because she ate her snack, so she's gotta go to the bathroom. It's also getting really warm in here. There we go. It's starting to separate out a little. Just keep cooking it. I don't think it's super sweet. And you can make it salt. You can use less brown sugar and... What the hell? Alright. More traditional green curries are sweeter because they use more basil than chilies. Red curries. Oh, okay. I can't remember which is which. I'll defer to you. You sound like you know way more. Oh, we're getting separation though. I use a ton of basil. And you can use less fish sauce or less sugar. And then with the, or you can use more fish sauce to make it saltier. And yeah, potato makes it really good. I don't know how authentic it is, but I had to throw in a potato one time just because I made it too salty. And it made it into this really nice, like, stew. Okay, it's separated. I'm going to turn the heat off and then take out Maisie. From what I've learned, it's pretty much just like, it's not that fancy of a meal. It's sort of like Hamburger Helper for Thai families. You just throw all your veggies in and whatever meats you have and just eat it. See how it's separated? Like, that's... most foods you'd be like, that's not the desirable consistency, but I think it makes the coconut milk, it gives it a good flavor. Okay. The heat is off, so this shouldn't overcook. Yeah, okay. I'll be back. Yeah, I know I use lime juice, and I add lime juice at the very end. And I know that's not authentic, but I really like the flavor, so. Alright, Mazer, come on. You gotta go out? Do you want to potty? Go out. Gotta wash my hands. Alright. Just a little MSG in here. think I've ever made that much rice. Like, it's almost to the top. Come on, break apart. Probably should have heated up a little bit more. Yeah, the rice cooker beep is really long. If you have a roommate, say goodbye to their sleep schedule. I do not have one though. Ooh, so much rice. I love rice. Well, this is Calrose rice. I just love rice. It's a medium grain. So this is 1 can of coconut milk. So I'm going to bring this to a saute. Get these vegetables softened a little bit, and then I'll put the rest in. Oh, I forgot. Bamboo. Yeah, the first time I tried this was at a Thai place in downtown Chicago called Ma and I. And they made it really thick the way that I like it. I've been back there since, and it's a pretty basic curry. You can put peas in here and stuff like that as well. Snap peas. The Asian grocer had so many different, they had like sweet rice and stuff like that. These giant ass bags. Silly. Yeah, I'll post the recipe. I'll put it in chat too when I'm done. I'll post it on Twitter. If you can get your hands on some Thai eggplant, that's another thing that would go well in here. delicious. It's starting to cook. I'm gonna make my own TV dinners. Meal planning. Well, it freezes. I've never wanted to freeze it because I want to eat it all as soon as I can. Add the ginger. Let's get this chicken out of the way. I'll hold on a little bit more. I hate touching raw chicken. Snooter dog, where are you? Oh, there you are. You good? You want an ice cube? You warm? Come here. In your bed. In your bed. Good girl. Okay, I'm going to add the other coconut milk. So make sure you get unsweetened coconut milk. There is coconut milk for dessert. I don't know how sweet it is. Just know that it's out there. And then I'm going to add the fish sauce and the peanut butter and the brown sugar. the little bite-sized pieces. Maybe I just tear it up by hand. These are tender. I don't want to get any on my cutting board. I don't want to have to disinfect the whole thing. That's gross. This is why those scissors would work good. There's this like tendon down the middle. I want it in small, bite-sized pieces. I have to cut these with the scissors. If I had the scissors, I would just go snip, snip, snip. Okay, let me try it with those other things, and maybe I'll just wash them. Gross. Let me put them. There we go. Hey, nerd. That anyway, I can't cut through it. It's gonna be gristly. Leave that over here. Let me just cook them all. If you want it really tender, you can use thigh meat and stuff. And then you just let the meat simmer and cook itself once it comes back to a simmer. It gets really tender too. No, this isn't vegan. But you can make it vegan really easily. I'm adding chicken, but you don't have to add meat. The only things that you need to make it vegan are it uses something called a fish sauce. You can get a vegan fish sauce. It mimics the flavor. And the Thai curry paste that I have. Yeah, I put vegan because this can be vegan. I am not personally vegan, but this is a really delicious and creamy recipe that this isn't milk, this is coconut milk. And this is also not vegan because it has shrimp paste in it. But you can get I think Maesri, Maesri, is a Thai curry paste that is vegan. So you can either omit the fish sauce or get a vegan fish sauce and get a vegan curry paste. I love creamy food. Really hearty, rich food. And so the fact that the only thing that's not making this vegan is a very minor ingredients is what makes this like a really good vegan dish if you want to make it vegan. I love dairy. I love milk. But this is still super delicious. It's just a bunch of coconut milk. I love watching Julian do his Aries kitchen videos. Welcome, readers. Some dairy. Yeah, that's another thing. I love dairy, but a lot of people can't deal with it as well. So I'm going to turn this back to a simmer, and then we're going to get that chicken fully cooked. So what I added to this was, I'll post the recipe in chat as well. But I started with, I minced a bunch of garlic and a small Thai pepper, which was super hot as fuck. And I sauteed that in a little bit of vegetable oil. And then I put in about a quarter of the coconut. I used this is a double recipe, so I used 2 cans of unsweetened coconut milk. And I put about a quarter of a can of coconut milk and the entire contents of the Thai curry paste. So for one recipe, you might want to just use half or even less, depending on your taste. So this is green curry. There's also red curry, Panang curry, and Masamang curry. And yeah, there are curry pastes that are vegan. And I sauteed the coconut milk, the quarter of the coconut milk called for. I sauteed it until it separated out, until the oils sort of separated out. And then I put in all my veggies. So the veggies that I used, I put in half a yellow onion, a jalapeno pepper, some canned bamboo shoots, not the whole can, and 1 bell pepper. And I think that's it for the veggies. And so I sauteed those in. And then I put in the rest of the 1 can of coconut milk, and I just let that simmer until the veggies got nice and tender. And then I put in the rest of the other can of coconut milk. And I added the fish sauce. So for one recipe, it's a tablespoon fish sauce, a tablespoon peanut butter, and a tablespoon and a half of brown sugar. And you can add or subtract that to taste. So brown sugar will make it sweeter. Fish sauce will add the saltiness. If you end up making it too salty, you can throw in a potato and that'll soak up some of the salt. And it makes it a much heartier meal. And I shredded I have a whole bag of Thai basil that I already took off of the stem. So these will go in right at the end, because you don't want to cook these. The heat will kill the flavor. And I tossed in a little bit of MSG. And I put lime juice in. It's not authentic. I like the flavor. And you want to put that in after it's done cooking as well, because any amount of heat is going to sort of kill the basil and the lime flavor. So you want to take it, once the chicken is fully cooked, you want to take it off the heat and then slowly fold in your basil. And the amount of basil that you use is however much you want. I love basil, so I put as much as I can. I might actually put in the other bunch. But yeah. I might put a little sesame oil in the end. Might make it a little too complex, I don't know. You don't want to fry in sesame oil. It has a really low smoke point. And all these measurements are approximate. Thanks for the raid, Warlow. Oh, and obviously you want to eat this with rice. So I made a whole bunch of rice. For this I use Calrose rice, which is a medium grain rice. Jasmine rice is good too. You want to have a rice. If you don't own a rice cooker and you like rice, definitely get a rice cooker. It's the best thing. And important thing to do before you cook your rice is to wash it. So you want to put water in your rice and then rinse it through and then dump that water out and just keep washing the rice until the water starts to be more clear and it's not cloudy anymore, because you want to get all that starch out. Otherwise you're just gonna have a big gob of rice mess. So like, please wash your rice. I also put a little bit of chicken bouillon in with the rice in the rice cooker to add some more complex flavor to it. And then I made enough rice so that I can make fried rice tomorrow. You want to use leftover rice for fried rice so that the rice grains are a little bit more dry and they fall apart. Day-old rice is like the bare minimum for fried rice. And I like mine really thick. But if you want yours a little bit thinner, you can totally add a chicken or vegetable broth. Make sure to disinfect all your surfaces after working with raw meat. The chicken should be fully cooked by now. This is all for me, so I don't need to worry about. Oh, that's so good. This is a good stream, Funk. You should do cooking streams regularly. Yeah, I love cooking. I grew up learning all of my domestic stuff really early on. I grew up with my grandparents, so my grandma would cook dinner every day. She wasn't the worst cook, but she made a lot of the same things, and they got really tiring. But she always made her own, like, tomato sauce and everything like that. Never bought canned tomato sauce. But this recipe I've been perfecting to my own liking for like over a decade. So it's not super authentic, but I did take notes from Uncle Roger's Thai curry video. And that's how I learned how to get the coconut milk, the fats to separate out a little bit. Can manage a better camera setup, but this is good. Yeah, this isn't the worst. I had a landscape one the other day when I was making what did I make? Oh, matzo ball soup. So I think this is pretty much done. I'm gonna let it simmer just a little bit more so that hopefully some more of the coconut milk will separate out a little. You want to get some like the fat floating on top. That's when it's like the right texture, I think. I think of this as a super fancy recipe, but it's sort of just like a very basic stew type recipe. If you can do mirepoix, you can do like 100 recipes. Yeah. This mirepoix, it's celery, carrot, and onion. Fucking French, man. Fucking French. Where there's already MSG in the, there's already MSG in the Thai curry paste, but let's add a little bit more. Welcome in. Now this is not the Thai curry that I made today is not vegan, but it can easily be made vegan because this is coconut milk. And the only thing not making it vegan besides the clear meat that I've thrown in is the fish sauce. So I use Squid brand, but you can get a vegan fish sauce. It's what adds the salt to the dish, and the curry paste itself. And I believe so this is maypoi curry paste. This is a green curry. I believe there's a curry paste called Maesri, Maesri, and that one is completely vegan. It doesn't, and the reason that the paste isn't vegan is because it uses shrimp paste in it. But the vegan stuff doesn't. It doesn't include the shrimp paste. So super easy to make this vegan. Good, Maisie? Let's try. Yeah, it's good. It's really fucking good. Too nice. Now this should last me a week, but I bet I'll eat it all in like 3 days. Want some rice, Maisie? It's hot. All right. So this is done. So turn the heat off. And then the most important step. I'll let it cool a little bit because this is an electric stove. So I add, it's still pretty hot. This is gonna, I add a little bit of lime juice. It has a lime flavor to it anyway. The kaffir lime leaves and the chili paste. It's probably still too hot. It's probably gonna take away most of the lime juice flavor. But lime juice is not authentic or anything. Let's taste it first before I add any more. That's good. It doesn't need any more. Most important part. the basil. My favorite part. The part that makes this go from just tasty to fucking bomb.com or whatever the fuck you want to say. So just stir that all in and let it wilt. Honestly, I could use more. I do have another bunch. Basil is everything that spinach isn't. I hate spinach, I'm sorry. I'm not too sorry about it, actually. Spinach gets like a slimy-ass texture to it, and it's not got a good flavor in my opinion. Thai basil doesn't, it stays a little bit tough when it wilts, and it has the best flavor in the world. Just any basil, to be honest. But if you can get Thai basil for this, it's way better than Italian basil. And never, ever, ever use dried basil. It will taste like a fucking tomato sauce. You'll ruin your curry. It's better to just not put any at all in it if all you have is dry basil. AintNoWay.com. Ooh, it's warm. Hey, doggo. Was that good rice? You want a little more rice? Clean up all the rice that I dumped? Eat that, sweetie. I might not have enough for all of these, to be honest. It doesn't make as much as you'd want. I'm dropping it everywhere. No. Oh, I just scraped my pan. Hopefully that'll be okay. That's not really too much. I should have made a triple batch. Portioning it out is the best thing for me because I can and I will sit down and eat this whole fucking thing in one sitting. Maybe not a double batch, but definitely a single batch. I have done it. Oh my god, that's so fucking good. God, I love this. I love Thai curry so fucking much. You have no idea. And I am not just tooting my own horn. This is amazing. It's really easy too. It's really carried by the curry paste. I have a bunch of rice left over for fried rice. The way that I like to eat it is I like to take a spoonful of rice and then just dip it in the curry paste, or in the curry. I don't know how these freeze, so if you do try this and you freeze them, or freeze it, let me know. These are a great investment. These like little TV dinner trays, so you can make your own. Hey, Lily. So about six pre-packed meals and the one big ass meal after eating this. Let me use the cup. Okay. Yeah, if you like yours a little thinner, you can just add a little bit of chicken broth or vegetable broth, whatever your preference. You're having some fried flatbread with some chana. Ooh. Chana masala. That shit's good. Alright, now I gotta eat. Keep stepping in water. Yeah, I gotta big 40-pound bag of rice, or 30-pound, I don't know, maybe it's 20. There's a little bit of charred rice at the bottom. Flip that over. Okay, I'm done. Put these in the fridge. I have so much food. Someone come over. I still have my matzo ball soup. I have so much matzo ball soup. Maybe I can freeze this. I don't think it's going to be good for more than another day. And I cannot eat all this in one day. See, this is a whole bag of Thai basil. And you saw how much basil that was and how much it reduced itself to. So like, when you get that little like tiny shit from the grocery store, from like the American grocery store, where it comes with like 3 fucking leaves, that's not enough. It's never enough. Mole. That's a lot of food. I'm not gonna freeze it. I'm gonna end up eating it all before I even get to the point of even thinking of freezing it. Trust me. Bamboo soup. It doesn't taste like shit. Bamboo is really good. It's like water chestnut. It just absorbs the flavors. I love water chestnuts too. Alright. I need to eat this shit, man. See? Every restaurant should come with a rubber spatula so you can get everything out of the bowl properly. I got 2 raids. I got a Daki raid and a Vorlo raid. Looks like I got a couple new followers. Only 1 or 2. If you're new, please hit follow. I'm definitely gonna make fried rice with the leftover rice. I have a shit ton of scallions and shallots and all that good shit. To make really nice fried rice and a bunch of eggs. And the first time I tried making my own fried rice and I used the Uncle Roger method or whatever, it tasted just like our family meals when I worked at the sushi restaurant. You just gotta use day-old rice. It's gotta be a little bit dry from sitting in the fridge. I never liked fried rice from the restaurant But making it at home is really good. I can keep it a little bit softer. I don't like it quite as fried. Alright, I gotta eat this. So I've got 11 people. Thanks for joining me. It's been fun. Let's see how long I've been. 2.5 hours? Oh shit, there's people. Alright, let's see who we can raid. So a little bit about me. I'm Ka. I'm non-binary. I'm a bit old, so I won't tell you my age. I'm a former paleontologist. Always a biologist, always a geologist. I live in Oregon, so I've gotten really into mushroom hunting. And I hopefully can, if I can't do, I've tried mushroom hunting streams, but I don't get really good reception. But I will take a bunch of videos. And I have a YouTube channel where I put my clips. No one has subscribed to that one. It's just by the same handle as this channel, Funkmaster Ka. I hang out in Hasanabi offline chat. I'll do a lot of streaming of shows and stuff, Always Sunny, and movies and things like that. And Hassan reads my comments every so often, so you might see me there. Humble brag, not really. He reads half of the ones he reads are like to make fun of me. But I'm still not as bad as Megaphonics, and that's all that counts. That's all that matters. I have another YouTube channel called Prof Ka. So when I first came into this community, I actually still had a job. And I did a lot of show and tell of the fossils that I was working on. And I still like fossils, but it's a bit triggering just to think about it, because there's no paid jobs in paleontology unless I want to sell my soul to an oil company. And I'm not doing that. But I really like it. I really like going off on tangents about biology, about paleontology, about geology, and mushroom hunting. So, and the mushroom season in Oregon's starting up. It's a temperate rainforest out here, and so hopefully we won't have as dry of a fall as we had last year, which is actually really weird and not normal. It's supposed to be rainy like every freaking day here in the fall and winter. But we've also had hotter than normal summers as well. Another reason why I've been cooking later at night, because it's cooler. None of the houses and housing here has air conditioning or central air. Like, it used to be a relatively mild climate, a lot like England, which is also getting heat waves and droughts. So thanks, climate change. Thank you. I did get into science and biology and paleo because I wanted to sort of shed light on climate change, but it looks like now everyone believes in it now that it's just impossible to avoid. Classic climate change. Hopefully we get a wetter winter and a better mushroom hunting season this year. Because I got really into mushroom hunting on a really good season, and then the next season after that, when I felt confident enough to like pick and eat my own things, there wasn't shit to find. I did find like a couple of matsutake. I really like finding those. Hopefully Maisie you'll be okay with going. I collect candy caps. Actually I've got some here, but these are so old I can't use them anymore. If you could smell them, these are not psilocybin, though I do know I'm pretty sure I found a patch of wavy caps last year, and I hopefully can go back to it. These are called candy cap mushrooms, and the reason they're called candy cap mushrooms is because they smell like buttered pancakes. They smell like maple syrup. So you need to know what you're picking, though, because there's something called a funeral bell that looks exactly like this. It's called the deadly galerina. It has the same toxin in it that the destroying angel and the death cap have, but it looks like these. It also grows among psilocybe mushrooms, so you need to really know what you're looking for. But these are Lactarius rubidus, I think. And they don't smell like anything when you pick them. They're very fresh. When you pick them, they're very fresh and they don't have a smell. And then when they start drying, some sort of aromatic benzene ring forms, and they smell like syrup, and not just maple syrup, but like buttery maple syrup, like buttery pancakes. And they don't have any sweetness to them by themselves. These actually smell a bit more like molasses because they're like 2 years old now. Because I didn't have any the year before. I just like smelling them. I'm not gonna eat these. These aren't good to eat anymore. But they don't have a sweetness to them that they're like cinnamon. They don't taste sweet. You have to add sugar to it, but you can mix them. You can powder them, and potpourri. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll take these home and just leave them out, and your whole place will smell so good. It's such a delicious smell. You shouldn't actually put these in a dehydrator. I did, because I have a very low temp dehydrator, but most dehydrators will sort of ruin the smell a little bit. You can let them air dry, and you'll know that they're that when the whole place smells like maple. And it really is magical. I wish you could smell through the screen. But yeah, it's like cinnamon. It doesn't taste sweet on its own, but you can powder it and throw it in cookies. And so that's one thing I want to use for Christmas time, because they grow in December. And so do witch's butter, which is a type of jelly fungus. And those are edible. Most people don't collect them because they're a pain in the ass and they don't have much flavor. I like to candy them in syrup and then roll them in sugar, and they're like gumdrops. And they taste a little bit like sweet pine. But they don't have too much of a flavor, really. You can add flavor yourself with, like, lemons flavoring or something like that. Make your own gumdrops. So, hopefully I'm really into mushrooms. I have a bunch of mushroom emotes. I have some great emotes if you like to subscribe. It is September. And definitely give me a follow, because hopefully Turkish Oiler will come back and give lots of gifties away, and if you're followed, you definitely get one. Even if you're not watching or anything, I have for the people that are subbed and are watching, I do have a vegan tag on my stream. This recipe that I made, this particular recipe I made wasn't vegan, but it's very easy to, it's very easy to make it vegan. So that's why I added it. So I used chicken, and I used Thai curry paste that has shrimp paste in it, and I used fish sauce. But besides those 3 ingredients, you can add tofu. You don't have to add any meat at all. You can just make it a nice vegetable stew. Get a vegetarian fish sauce and a vegetarian curry paste. But it's just great to have something super creamy that isn't dairy. So if you don't do well with dairy, this is a great recipe to try if you want something really hearty for the fall and winter. Yeah, it's very easily made vegan. So I just didn't make it vegan today because I don't need it to. So let's see who we can raid. How do I raid? Let's go to my stream manager. Oh, Azure's live.